welcome to Nancy Drew Danger on Deception Island, where we are hopefully going to fill up this quiz in this episode. So we need to find the translation to this Morse code message. And we need to find what constellation the North Star is part of. And we need to find info on different kinds of knots. And then we need to capture a male Dungeness crab. Okay. So Morse code, North Star, and knots. And let's see. Morse code, North Star, and knots. Where do we supposed to find? Oh, there's a search. Okay. Samuel Morse invented the telegraph, the first device to send messages by electricity, in 1837. Out of necessity, he also developed a universal code in which combinations of dots and dashes represent letters and numbers so that everyone could use his invention. This code is now referred to as the International Morse Code. The most famous word in Morse code is no doubt the distress signal, SOS. A dash is equal to 3 times the length of a dot. So, okay. Below is the Morse code alphabet. So let's see what we've got here. We got 3 dots and a dash. 3 dots and a dash. That's V. And then 3 dashes. 3 dashes is O. Oh, it doesn't save them. Oh, okay. So VO. Is that just a dash and just a dot, or dash dot? Probably it kind of looks like there is a space between them. So just a dash and just a dot. One dot is E, but there's the just a dash bit vote. Oh, is that no, there's no O. I was like vote for, but no. So vote and then 4 dots and a dash and 4 dots. 4 dots and a dash. 4. So vote 4 and then just 4 dots. H, 3 dashes, O, dot dash dot dot. Vote for HO dot dash dot dot. All, and then the halt. Okay.
Correct.
And then we need the North Star. Here we go. North Star, Morse code, Dungeness crabs, not samples. Here we go. Navigation basics. Look to the stars. For thousands of years, explorers all over the globe have traveled great distances with only the sun, moon, and stars to guide them. The Vikings traveled from Norway to Greenland and back hundreds of years before the magnetic compass was invented in the 12th century. How did they do it? In the Northern Hemisphere, ancient navigators took advantage of the fact that Polaris, the North Star, is directly overhead at the North Pole, 90 degrees latitude. At the equator, Polaris sits on the horizon at 0 degrees latitude. By doing something as simple as holding an arrow at arm's length, sighting the horizon and the North Star at the same time, and noting the angle of the North Star relative to the horizon, it was possible to gauge one's latitude. Navigators would, when leaving port, determine their latitude by noting the position of the North Star. After sailing the open seas, they would find their way home by noting the angle of Polaris and hence the latitude. They then sail either north or south, depending on whether the latitude was greater than or less than that of their home port. Navigational tools throughout history include the astrolabe, the octant, and the sextant. When they reached the latitude of their home port, they then sailed either west or east. As long as they maintained their latitude, they'd return home safely. So, how did they find the North Star? Oh, it's part of the Little Dipper. Okay. Polaris can be found at the end of the handle of the Little Dipper, also known as Ursa Minor or Little Bear. Okay.
Am I smart or what?
Alright, then we just need the knot stuff, and after that we'll go and see if we can capture a male Dungeness crab. So, knots. Knot samples. Humans invented rope by twisting or braiding strands of yarn together, but they could not have used the rope to build shelters, make weapons, or sail the seas if they did not have a way of tying off a rope, tying ropes together, or tying ropes to or around objects. In other words, without knots, rope would be useless. Most knots used today fall into 4 basic categories: stoppers, bends, hitches, and binding. So it's that kind of a... Okay, so it's not either one of these. The crown knot keeps a 3-strand rope from fraying. The figure 8 knot used frequently by sailors to keep a rope from slipping through a hole. It's that one, isn't it? The fisherman's knot. And it's a bend. Sheet bend, commonly used in sailing to join 2 ropes. Fisherman's knot. Fishermen often use this to tie 2 ropes together. Let's see. Fisherman's knot.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. Didn't actually need to type all of it in. Bend.
That should do it. I have to bring him a male Dungeness crab?
Yep. Hitches, fisherman's bend, commonly used to secure a rope to an anchor or buoy. Sheep shank, used to shorten a rope. And then there's binding, the square knot used to tie up packages or bundles. The granny knot, an incorrectly tied square knot. Okay. And then this is the turquoise turtle, used for shoelaces because it rarely comes undone. Alright. Let's see the info on the Dungeness crabs. Dungeness crabs can be found in the coastal waters of the Pacific Ocean as far north as Prince William Sound, Alaska, and as far south as Magdalena Bay, Mexico. They prefer a sandy or muddy bottom in salt water, less than 15 fathoms deep. So sandy or muddy bottom, salt water, less than 15 fathoms deep, where they can scavenge for shrimp, mussels, small crabs, clams, and worms. Their brownish bodies are broad and oval-shaped and covered with a non-spiny shell. They have 4 pairs of walking legs and a pair of white-tipped claws. Adult crabs usually weigh between 2 and 3 pounds and have shells measuring from 6 to 10 inches wide. In Washington state, only male Dungeness crabs may be harvested. To tell the gender of the crab, turn it over and examine its abdomen. The abdomen of a female is much wider than that of a male. Right, so that's a female and that's a male. Yeah. Okay. Got it. To cook a Dungeness crab, boil it for approximately 20 minutes. Do not eat the internal organs as they could contain the toxin that causes paralytic shellfish poisoning. Right. Okay. So, I guess we're going to go and see if we can catch one of those crabs now. This way. We need to remember to put on the helmet and then go to the lighthouse. This is where it said in our previous episode that we could probably catch one of those crabs. Okay. So in shallow water, and it said we'd need this. There's some fish.
Yuck! I'm not picking them up.
Hopefully we won't be needing them for anything.
These would be great for rock skipping. I already have some rocks.
Okay, so I guess we've got enough.
I already have some rocks. SS. Maybe this broke off from a ship.
Is this where we use this? No, we don't have any more interaction points. There.
There's something in that bottle, but it's stuck on those rocks.
Oh. Is this where we use these? Power and angle. Jeez. I have no idea. We'll start with this and then adjust from there, okay? That's as much power as we can put into it. Aha! Got it. $42.517 Rosebud. Okay. Oh, this is just the same place. So where do we go to catch the crabs? Uh-huh. You are a female, aren't you? Because you have this wide abdomen. Oh, apparently you were a male one then, weren't you? Because we... Okay.
I already have some rocks.
I doubt we'll need those for anything anymore, but was there anything else we could do here? We didn't go up the steps, did we? So there's like this whole place for us to look at. I wonder if we should take the crab to the warning, keep out.
What do you think you're doing? Those signs over there say no trespassing, which means keep out, which means you, girlie.
Girly?
Leave.
But I just...
Now.
Oh, okay. Apparently I can't do anything here. And as soon as I go and try and take a look at the door, that guy comes and tells me to leave, right? Let's just make sure. Yep.
Go!
Alright. I guess there's nothing more we can do there. At least for the moment. I was thinking of going back and handing in the quiz and the crab anyway. So I was kind of thinking that that was like a female crab based on how it looked, but I guess it was a male one then. Let's go to the cafe and hand both the crab and the quiz in.
You again?
I'm sorry for trespassing like that.
So what do you want?
I finished that seamanship quiz.
Let's have a look. Right as rain. Just bring me that male crab and you'll be home free.
I've got a male crab, I think.
Let's have a look. Well, you had a 50-50 chance of getting it right, and you got it wrong. Put that one back and try again. It's illegal to catch female crabs, by the way, so get it right next time, or I may just turn you in.
See you around.
Vote for Holt. Spread the word.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a female, but then it wouldn't, there was no option of putting it back. Let's go back there and see. Oh, there's
I've already got a crab.
yeah, but we
Ollie, bye-bye.
okay, do I have to like leave the Is this far enough for it to respawn? Yep. And that's another female one. but it won't allow me to...
Remember, eyes open, mouth shut.
Huh. What?
Interesting.
Yeah. Nothing. I wonder if we have to leave and come back again. Or if we just have to wait a while. Do we have to like go to the boat and then back to the lighthouse? Ah, this is a male one. Nice. Okay. Let's hand that in. And this should now be the correct kind of crab. Hopefully. Well, if it isn't, there's always the second
You again?
chance.
I've got a male crab, I think.
Let's have a look. Right as rain. Congratulations. Here's your GPS. Just turn around and follow the instructions. I'll take care of the crab for you.
Great, thank you. See you around.
Vote for Hulk. Spread the word.
All right.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
I found a bottle floating in the water with a strange message inside.
Most, if not all, the notes you find in bottles around here were put there by Hilda Swenson. She was this lady who retired here with her husband about 20 years ago. They made a ton of money in Hollywood as writer-producers and just wanted to enjoy life. Wonderful people. Very active. In fact, Hilda was mayor for 8 years. But then, out of the blue, her husband died. They'd been a team for so long that, well, she pretty much died then too.
Aww.
What do you mean?
She just kind of lost it. Started talking to walls and doing bizarre things until one day she rode to the island across the channel that she and her husband owned and never came back.
And now she uses notes in bottles to communicate with people?
Trouble is, nobody can understand what she's trying to say. All she ever writes is letters and numbers and that one word, Rosebud. I leave a couple of bags of groceries outside her cabin every week, and sometimes I can see her inside. But whenever I try to talk to her, she won't answer.
Did she ever leave anything behind that might help decode her messages?
She left everything behind. Problem is, it's all been sold, given away, or thrown out. We'll never know what's going on in that mind of hers.
It's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, hasn't it though?
All right. Let's go to the boat. Maybe ask Katie about this Rosebud business and stuff. Maybe she's got some insights.
What's up?
I found this piece of wood on the beach. There's something strange about it.
What do you mean? Let's see it. Ouch, those splinters are sharp. That is odd. It looks like it's been in the water a long time, but if that were the case, those edges would be dull. That looks like it broke off of something just recently.
Maybe it has been in the water for a long time. You know, attached to whatever it broke off from. And then it broke off recently.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Any idea where it came from?
Could be off a cargo ship, I guess. But you know who you should ask? Casey Porterfield. He works at the Maritime Library in Port Townsend. You should give him a call. His number's 360-555-3095. He loves checking out stuff like this.
All right.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
Let's go into here and give him a call.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew. Katie Firestone suggested I give you a call.
Katie who?
Katie Firestone?
Never heard of her.
Oh.
I know a marine biologist named Katie Firestone.
Yes, that's her. I'm staying with her here in Snake Horse Harbor.
Oh, well then what can I do for you?
Identify the ship. Yeah.
She said you might be able to help me identify the ship that this piece of plywood I found on the beach came from.
How do you know it came from a ship?
Because it says SS on it. The rest of the name is missing.
Doesn't mean anything. Now if it said SS, which stands for steamship, that'd be different.
Actually, that is what it says.
Oh, well then it came from a ship. Or should I say shipwreck? What kind of wood is it?
I don't know. Old?
Sorry, for a second there, I thought you said old.
Actually, that is what I said.
You're about as much use as a beanie in a hurricane. Look, if you want me to tell you what shipwreck that wood came from, you're gonna have to tell me what kind of wood it is.
But I have no idea.
Well, you just get yourself a book on wood and figure it out. Maybe Katie has one. Soon as you do, call me back. I love checking out stuff like this.
Okay. Well, we know where there's a book on wood. It was up here, right? Pretty much the only book that we could look at. This one. Examples of cells.
Oh, I don't know if this book is for me, but maybe if I give Dr. Predovicu a call, she can help me out.
Yep. So, do we now have her number in our phone? Yep.
This is Dr. Predovicu.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'd like some help identifying this piece of wood I found.
I'd be happy to assist. Do you have our mailing address?
Well, that's the problem. I don't have time to send it to you. Would it be possible to identify it over the phone?
Certainly. Just hold it up to the phone for a couple of seconds and I'll take a reading. I'm kidding, of course. I usually don't do this over the phone, but I'll give it a try. You will, however, need to take a look at your sample under a microscope.
Oops, I better go do that. I'll call you right back.
Okay. So, microscope? Oh, okay. How do we get a sample out of that?
One slice of wood.
Oh, okay. Do we now have it? Ah,
One glass slide. There. This is gonna look so cool under the microscope.
okay, cool.
Let's have a look.
Alright.
Irina Predoviciu speaking.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew again. I've got the sample all ready.
All right, we'll get started. Where did you find this wood?
It's a piece of driftwood, probably used for a crate.
Is the wood sample black, brown, or yellow?
Brownish.
Brown or brown reddish?
Brown reddish.
Does the sample have many holes, just a couple, or none at all?
Many.
And are there some holes that are big and some that are small, or are they all the same size?
They're all the same size.
Okay, and the holes are really, really tiny, right?
Sizable or tiny?
Yes.
Well, unfortunately, I can't ID the sample because that description accounts for a lot of different woods. Beech, sycamore, alder, maple, you name it. Please check your sample again. Goodbye.
Okay. So... I mean, in the sample they aren't really all that tiny, but I was thinking... because they only show up under a microscope that in nature they would be. But, let's call her again. And then say no, they aren't really, really
Wood
tiny.
Labs, Irina speaking.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew again. Do you think you could take another stab at identifying that wood sample for me?
I'm sorry, but my policy is to limit free wood sample identifications to one per person.
Could you please make an exception in my case? It's kind of an emergency.
I'll tell you what. I'm doing a study on the side that focuses on problem solving. I'm collecting data by having people solve the puzzle that's on my website. If and when you solve it, I'll give you another free wood ID. Go to www.predoviciu.lab/consult.htm. Good luck.
A puzzle, huh? Well... Believe it or not, wood is not my only interest in life. I'm also fascinated by the mechanics of problem solving. One of my hobbies is studying the way people tackle mental challenges. By solving the puzzle below, you'll be providing me with data that will keep me busy, happily so, for weeks. It'll also entitle you to a free wood identification consultation. Thank you, and have fun! Okay, well, I mean, this is clear. Oh, it's a sliding puzzle. Okay, then. I'm so not good at these, by the way. Luckily, it was a super easy one. Alright, done.
You have reached the desk of Dr. Irina Predoviciu. I'm away from my desk, but will be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Ugh, really? Can we now do it?
You have reached the desk of Dr.
Nope.
Irina Predoviciu. I'm away from my desk, but will be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Ugh. Well... Oops.
You have reached the desk of Dr. Irina Predoviciu. I'm away from my desk, but will
Sorry.
be back in a couple of minutes. Thank you.
I meant to... do this. I have no idea why why I hit that when I meant to do this. I thought maybe we could call our friends and see what they think of the updated situation.
Hardy Res, Joe speaking.
Hey, Joe, it's me.
Hi, Nancy. What's going on?
Andy Jason has a boat in a bottle that Katie says was made by a settler in the mid-1800s who would periodically and mysteriously disappear.
Mysteriously?
Whenever this ex-pirate would show up, Benjamin Hawkins, that was the settler's name, he'd vanish for days at a time. Nobody knows where he and his family hid.
I know how he did it.
You know how he vanished?
I know how he got the boat in the bottle.
Oh.
How?
Can't tell you. Been sworn to secrecy. But I can tell you this. It does not involve any kind of shrinking machine.
I have a hunch a piece of driftwood I found somehow ties into whatever's going on around here. It came from a ship called the SS something.
That narrows it down.
I'm assuming the ship is now a shipwreck. I'm trying to find out its full name, and I've become a bit of a wood detective in the process.
What does a shipwreck have to do with a vandalized boat or an orphaned whale?
Like Joe always says, leave no stone or suspicious piece of wood unturned.
Absolutely.
Talk to you later.
Call us anytime.
Yeah, it's a pretty sure bet we'll be here.
Alright, what about Bess and George?
Hello?
Hi, Bess.
Hey, Nancy, what's going on?
Holt Scotto caught me poking around the lighthouse and freaked. He all but chased me away with a stick.
Why should he care if you poke around the lighthouse?
Good question. The obvious answer is that he's hiding something.
One should always be suspicious of a suspect. Right.
You're gonna love this, Bess. I found a message in a bottle.
Oh, that is so romantic. What did it say?
Well, that's the part you're not gonna love. The message was nothing but a string of numbers and the word rosebud.
That's not very romantic. Well, maybe the rosebud part is.
Well, it must mean something to somebody. Just keep your eyes open and keep asking questions, Nan. You'll figure it out.
I better get going.
Bess, do you smell something burning?
Shoot! Bye, Nance!
Alright. Well, we'll see if we can get back in touch with Irina, was it? The wood research person in the next episode. And if not, we'll maybe go and see if we can go kayaking now that we have the GPS device. That'll be interesting. Yeah. So, for now, I'm ending this episode here and we'll get back into things in the next one. Thank you so much for watching and spending a little of your time with me here today. If you liked this video, please leave it a like. I would really love that. And also, please remember to be kind to yourself. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again next time.